Hello students, today we will start with our next chapter, current electricity. Hope you have studied the previous two chapters which we have seen. Today we are going to start with current electricity. Now electricity, you all are aware of that term, electricity. It is our basic need. All of our day to day life work mostly depend upon electricity. If electrical supply is not there, we can't able to do the work properly. Hospitals, banks, then offices, whereas private industries, all many schools, colleges, everywhere application of electricity is there. If electricity is not there, they are having a alternative arrangement for it, that are generators. For through that they are providing the electricity. Mean most almost all the things of our life are mostly depend upon electricity. These all are related with school, colleges, and all private sectors. Whereas domestical, at homes also, housewives, parents, your mother, they all are depend upon electricity. Domestical work, kitchen work, furnaces, toaster, heaters, fridge, all that appliances are working on electricity. Now there is vast application of electricity on our life. Not only human beings, but animals also use electricity. Now animal like eel, as I have told you, there are various applications of electricity on our life, as well as for not only for human beings, animals also use it. Now you see what actual makes the electrical appliances to work. Before that, you all have seen dams. We all know we are getting electricity through water. But what actually happen in it? The water which is at higher level, it falls down due to the gravitational pull of earth, and due to that the flow of charges is there, and that makes the electricity to occur. As from higher level to lower level, that is coming. Due to that, there is generation of electricity, and that is stored at the various generators which are present near that power stations. You all are aware of it. We have to see one by one all that electron flow and its charges. As I have given you a basic introduction of all that things, here in this chapter we are going to see the points which are there: potential and potential energy, whereas conductors and insulator. Next, electrical resistance, as electrical resistance and Ohm's law, whereas its last point will be the connection of resistance, how that resistance and resistors, these two things are different, and how that resistors are connected when we have the supply in our houses or industries or various sectors where application of electricity is there. One by one we will see. As just come to the point which we have seen before this, that flow of charges as from high level to low level. If the positive charge flows from a point to a higher potential, as I have told you, if you have seen dams at higher level, that is higher potential, to a lower potential, then there are flow of charges. Potential is that capacity of the charges to flow from higher level to lower level. Now the potential difference between two values of potential of 2 points A and B, if there are 2 points A and B, if there are 2 points and the time taken by a charge to flow from this point, from point A to B, then that is nothing but the potential difference between the 2 points, the time taken by that charge. Potential difference of 2 points can be given as the time taken by the point from that charge from point A to B. Means from A to B it is moving, and in previous chapter we have seen when there is a work done, then only we can say when there is a force applied to any object, if it displays, then there is a work. So here that charge is moving from this point to this point, means there is a work upon there are, as that is charge. So potential of 2 points is given by W upon Q. W is work done upon Q is the flow of charge between the 2 points. So potential difference of a cell, its unit is, potential difference is given by a unit V. V is nothing but volt. Volt is equal to W upon Q. W is work done and Q is the unit of charges. Its SI unit is volt, that is given by V, and it is defined as 1 volt is equal to 1 joule upon 1 coulomb. C is nothing but coulomb, its unit of charge. Now, if the quantities are in smaller units, it is given as 1 millivolt is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 volt, whereas if this is micro, 1 microvolt is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 volt. If the quantities are given in smaller unit, these two units are there, millivolt whereas microvolt. Whereas if the quantities are in bigger unit, then it is given as 1 kilovolt is equal to 10 raised to 3 volt, and 1 megavolt is equal to 10 raised to 6 volt. Remember the signs, here you have minus signature, where here you don't have any negative signature, you have positive signature. Remember, it's for bigger units, smaller unit, and it's for bigger quantities. Read out that point. If you have doubt, you can discuss. Next point is flow of current through a wire. Remember, if a wire is not connected with circuit, the electrons which are arranged in it will flow in a random direction. They will not have a fixed direction. But if you will see, this one is first figure and this one is second figure. But if you will see in second figure that if there is flow of electrons in a specific direction, when it will happen, when there will be the wire will get connected with a battery. Then there will be a flow of electrons from negative to positive direction. But its conventional direction is from positive to negative. If from this to figure, what we understand, if there is a battery attached with the wire, then there will be a flow of electrons from negative to positive. Otherwise, they will move randomly. Next point which we have to see is electric current. Remember the units which we are seeing in this topic. They are very much important for next chapter, next topics also which we are going to see. Now, what is electric current? If an electric current is a flow of electrons through a conductor, quantitatively, if current I is flowing, is defined as electric current is given by symbol I. It is defined as charge passing through a conductor in unit time. A charge passing through a conductor in a unit time. If Q is the charge flowing through cross section area of a conductor in time t, so electric current I is given as charge flowing through a conductor, charge is given by quantity Q through a unit time t. That is nothing but electric current. It is definition of electric current and it is given by this formula. I is equal to Q upon T. So now the value of one electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Remember this value, that a value of one electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Next, now I have told you as I is equal to Q upon T. Now unit of I, that is electric current, its unit is ampere. It is given as 1 ampere is the current set to flow in a conductor if 1 coulomb of charge is flowing through every 1 second. Every 1 second means 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb upon 1 second. Remember this formula is 1 ampere, then I. This formula is very important for your next topic. So remember this, whereas here you have V, volt. This also potential difference formulas you have to remember, that we will see for the next topic.